This is part 3 of our non-fictional literacy project, creating a booklet using Microsoft Publisher, and I'm going to focus on text boxes. So hopefully you've done part 1 and part 2. So let's get started. I opened up my Microsoft Publisher template. Hopefully you have that saved already. And you're going to notice there's a page navigation screen on the left side that cycles through all the pages, and all you have to do is click on them with your mouse and you just go to that page. Kind of like PowerPoint, but this is going to be printed on paper. So this page 1's my title. I took the liberty and put some text boxes in already for you. So this word title is actually inside a little box. And all you got to do is click inside it, and then you're able to type. And again, I'm doing the history of cheese. So I think I'm going to call my book Cheeseology. And then if I want to change the style or the size, those choices are right up here where my mouse is. So if you could look over there real quick while I'm kind of moving my mouse. And all you got to do is highlight the text inside the box and just click on one of these features, and you can totally change things however you want. Maybe I like that look. If you want the sizes bigger, make them bigger. What happens if the text is too big for the box inside of it, gets cut off. So just take the box and you can drag it like that. Kind of like that older look myself. I want to put in another text box because I'm the author, so I should probably write my name because I'm writing this. And it's real simple. It's up here at the top, kind of in the center. It says draw text box. So all you gotta do is click on it, and then go click somewhere on your page, and it appears there. And then I'm just gonna type by Mr. Knowles. Now it's really small and tiny, but all you gotta do is highlight it. You got a lot of options now. You can center the text inside the box. Those are some choices here. If I want to make it bigger, I can do that. It's kind of big, so maybe I'll make it a little smaller. Rule of thumb, you want to have at least font size, these are font sizes of 12. I stay in the range of 14 to 18 myself, usually when I have things made for students. But you don't want anything too big or too small. So I'd say anywhere between 12 and 18. But for titles and other things like subtopics or headings, you want them to stand out, so you want them a little bigger. So my title's really big. I have my name kind of big. And then I'm going to change the style. What's nice about Publisher, the last style I used, the one I used for Cheeseology up there, is still there. But I could totally just do whatever I want. Maybe you can see. I'll pick that. And notice the font style might be really small. So I'm going to put that underneath that text box. What's nice about text boxes is you can move them around and put them wherever you want. A little different than Word. You kind of stuck in that framework of Word, and you don't have a lot of flexibility to move things around. So if I go to the next page, here's my table of contents there. And if you move your mouse over, you'll notice the table of contents is inside its own text box, and the introduction is inside another. So I'm going to just go in there. And now I'm working inside that text box. If I hit enter, the next page will be chapter 1. So I could just go chapter 1. I could say a brief history of cheese. And then what I've been doing is just hitting space, period, space, period, space, period, space, period, space, period. etc. To get over to that other side. I'm trying to line this up here. And what's nice is I'm not sure what page it's on. Right now I'm on page 3 if you look down here. So I'm going to go over to the left where the page navigation screen is and find out where chapter 1 is. Or I could look at the little booklet Mr. Knowles handed me. And, oh, introduction is my page 4. Chapter 1's on page 6. So I'm going to go back. Introduction really was on page 4, so I need to change that. And my chapter 1's on page 6. Now notice it's a little off, so I'm going to go back. I like things nice and centered. That looks good. So page 6 is chapter 1. And then I might put in all of that first. So I would go through introduction, chapter 1's page 6, chapter 2, if you look down here, is page 8, so I might go down here and put chapter 2, fill in my information, and put in page 8. If you don't like how this is spaced, you can highlight it, and the spacing button's right here. It says line spacing, and you click on it. I have it on 2.5 because there's not going to be a lot of text there. But if you want it a little smaller and closer together, that's what 2 looks like. 1.5, 1. I have it on 2.5. When I get into my actual typing, then I won't have it as far apart because you want it to look more like a book than the table of contents. You want spacing for table of contents, probably your glossary too. But when you actually type your paragraphs in your different chapters, you're going to want those paragraphs and those words and that line spacing really close together. So definitely have maybe 1 or 1.5. I wouldn't do 2, and keep it closer together. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope that helped. And continue on with your work. You guys are doing great.